Hello, welcome to the War Rogers. Wow. At the very first turn, so we know what's going to happen. Flygon's going to switch. Hello, welcome to the War Rogers channel. Thank you for watching. Sorry about that. I'm having some connection difficulties, so I am unable to make a proper intro. Yes, battle music, please turn on now. Okay, anyways. Sorry about that. I have to tell myself at the editing room to do that. Okay. Giga Drain. And the Will-O-Wisp, which is not going to affect Venusaur so much because, well, very rarely does Venusaur ever use a physical move. And plus, you know, Venusaur, I mean, people don't like to run Venusaur physically anyways. Charizard you can run either as a physical or a special sweeper. Alright, so Edward Erlich. Eric? Okay. That's going to increase Venusaur's special attack by +1. Not the best idea to switch Fortress in there because lately I've seen a lot of HP Fire Venusaurs. I mean, I can't believe how many of them are there. But this Venusaur is just going to continually do Giga Drain, which is going to be an instant knockout blow over to Flygon. There's +1 special attack growth. Now, this Venusaur has to be scared out. Can Weezing do that? I don't think so. Even with the Flamethrower. Flamethrower is not going to do much whenever it comes from a Weezing. See, it's not going to do that much though, but it did a decent chunk of damage. But Weezing, what Weezing's not take into account is that, you know, Flamethrower is specifically for Heracross, so although maybe I'm wrong, and I think that this Weezing might faint Venusaur, but there is, yeah. Wow. 2 growth, that means +2 special attack. You have a dangerous Venusaur here. A dangerous sweeper. And Gyarados, in my view, is not gonna be enough to stop Venusaur. Yeah, Gyarados could do Earthquake, but Dragon Dance, are you... You need to knock out this Venusaur! +2 special attack! Watch this. See? That might kill Gyarados. One more Giga Drain. What, Salic Berry? Or Lychee Berry? Alright. +2 attack. Okay. Gyarados may be faster, but can it knock out Venusaur? Possibly. Flail? Yes. That was brilliant. X-Black Lustus BR turned this dire situation to... Now, actually, this is, I mean, it turned from a dire situation for X-Black Luster BR all the way to now a dire situation for Bleeber Boy. Because now you have a speedy Gyarados, +2 attack, +1 speed. This Gyarados is just going to go on a flail hunt right now. Look at this. Slowbro, one of the most defensive Pokemon in OU, being knocked out. That says a lot about Gyarados' power. But the fact that Weezing was able to take it, I'm quite surprised. Let's see, Slowbro. Base stat, defense 110, and HP is 95 on Slowbro. But I want to... Now this kind of arouses my curiosity on Weezing now. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Defense point. Base defense is plus 10. More than Slowbro. Slowbro was just 10. Or sorry, 110. Weezing is 120, but the HP though is 65. So it's quite a risky Pokemon, but at the same time, it was able to neutralize Gyarados. And now both sides are equally armed, but there's a slight favor that I'm gonna give to and I'm sorry if I mispronounce her name, Belliber Boy. There's a slight I'm gonna give a slight bias towards Belliber Boy on this because, you know, Belliber Boy still has Machamp, which is a pretty hard hitter. Fortress can't really do much if Machamp has Fire Punch. And that's the best Fortress can do, to be completely honest. Two spikes. Now for 3 spikes, right? 3 spikes. Look at this. Fortress is desperately trying to hold on. And here's the problem. Actually, not a problem. Well, yes, it's a dire problem now for Black Bustus. Now he has a hard time coming back. Thus, I'm going to give this match to Belliber Boy. I just don't see any way Black Luster can come back from this. It's game. Black. Plus, why would you Thunder Wave? That's the worst thing you can do. You know the ability that Machamp has, known as Guts. I mean, they'll just it's gonna trump you up. Oh, I just realized I said Trump. Yeah, Trump, not the president. I mean Trump as in the definition. Or sorry, he's not the president. Sorry, the president-elect right now. Yeah. He met with the 44th president today, if I remember correctly, and they had a press conference. Anyways, back to the match here. Guys, are toss. And no, I did not mean to say Trump. It just came by, or I just said it by accident, actually. All right, so I predicted it. I predicted this that Belliber Boy is gonna win because it's really hard for Black Lustus to come back from such a devastational match. GG. Okay, so let's see. Belliber Boy vs. Kilava. So we will be right back. Please stay tuned. Wow! We're gonna start off with Power. Belliber Boy vs. Kilava. Oh man, this reminds you of the election already that we just had. Both candidates started off with power. Trump and Clinton. You know how much money they spent in like all these how much money they spent on all these advertisements. I mean, like, they've been berating each other like crazy. Man, I'm sure that some Americans are glad that the election is over. And wow, they started off that battle with power. Machamp and Metagross. I mean that's just the very definition of power in Pokemon, or powerful hitters, that is. Wow. Sorry about that. Machamp and Metagross made me think about the election for 1 minute. Alright, so anyways, so Slowbro and Chansey are gonna be battling each other. Alright. There's the wish. All right. Man, that surf. I'm sorry. Every single time I see the surf animation, I think about a Trump tsunami. Because if you look at the electoral map, like, Trump really did give a he gave a beat down to Hillary. like seriously, he gave her a pretty bad beat down. So yeah, I don't think the battle's gonna end that way, but but it would be interesting if it did. I've seen battles that have actually ended like the way how this election ended. Alright, so Venusaur is predicting HP Ice. Let's see. I think it is HP Ice. Alright, so Chansey's going to come by. Jolteon is going to switch into Skymory. There's Seismic Toss. Okay. Skarm. Let's see. Alright. Nice, setting up the spikes. Now, I don't know if there's a Rapid Spinner in Belber Boy's party. Wow. Alright, so Chansey's going to switch into Tentacruel, predicting more spikes, right? Okay. Now, Tentacruel I usually see in UU. I don't usually see it in OU, but this is... I was asked this question last night, if some Pokemon in UU were used in OU. There's the answer to your question. Some people are confident that they can use UU Pokemon in OU. Tentacruel could be used if you play it really, really carefully. And I'm talking really, really carefully because there's a lot of things with Earthquake, and you have Jolteon in there. So Tentacruel is kind of out of the league, if you know what I mean. Alright, Machamp is going to do... Wow, that's just like what Donald Trump did to Hillary Clinton there. Superpower. Alright. Wow. I mean, look at that. I mean, here's the... In the battle, this battle kind of reminds me of something that happened during the election. You know, the media failed, okay? Because they've been mentioning all these polls, saying that Hillary's gonna win, and I even, on forums, I even said that there was one guy that said, looks like Hillary's gonna win on a landslide. You can't say that. And I think this is a big failure in the media's behalf to garner the trust of viewers. In fact, if anything, I think the mainstream media, I think their trust ratings are going to be really, really, how should I put it? Is going to be at risk. And the media might, you know, the media says Hillary Clinton, she's high in these polls, looks like she's going to win. You can't say that. And this is a perfect example of the way how I try to conduct myself in these battles. You can't just say, well, this person... I can't just say, well, Kalava's going to win because, you know, he has all this experience. Oh. admit that that's actually pretty cool. Look at this is cool. Wow, I like that visual glitch. I like that. Look at how cool that looks. Man, as I was talking about this election, you know, you couldn't have had a cooler visual glitch than this one. Devs, implement that in the update. I really want that. Yes. I love that glitch. I love it. Oh boy. This is one of the best battles that I've ever covered. As far as visual toys are concerned. And what I mean by toys is, you know, all the mods that I have for the sprites here. But the battle background, wow, that just made things a lot more epic. Whoa. Devs, implement this. I really, really want this. Alright. On a serious note, Chansey's gonna come in. But, oh man. I'm gonna probably get a lot of viewers for this, from this. Not just because I'm talking about the election, but also because look at this screen! This screen, I mean, it's out of this world. Wow. This is amazing. Wow. Hillary Clinton vs. Donald Trump on a really, really dark and epic screen. Wow. You know, there's the earthquake. It was just about to be a knockout. Alright. Oh boy. I'm going to predict that Machamp is probably choice banded. Which is why I think that that Machamp is probably going to switch. Or if Machamp is not choice banded, I don't know what it is. Yep, it's switched. So that Machamp is probably choice banded, the way how it did a lot of damage. But wow, devs, if I really want you to watch this video. This is one of the best battle screens in my entire coverage of competitive play. Wow, I never knew that this would be such an epic screen. I mean, look at this. This is amazing. I actually want this visual glitch to happen. Okay, enough of me talking about the background. Let's go and talk about the battle now. Alright, so the Salac Berry looks like that Charizard is probably going to sweep the battle here. Kilava has what it takes. Thunder Punch, bam, +6 attack. Oh, well, they reset the screen. But it was nice though. It was nice while it lasted. Oh, by golly, that screen was so epic. Whew. Okay, let's go and talk about the battle now. Alakazam was by. Okay. But man, do you guys agree? That screen was one of the coolest screens that I've ever seen on Pokémon. That was such a cool screen. Wow. Okay. Enough of me complimenting the visual glitch. Yes, I'm actually complimenting a glitch for once in my life on the Rogers News Channel. Alright, that might send a lot of shockwaves. But yeah, I mean, that was cool. Okay. The battle. Kilava is at a very good position right now. But I don't want to go on record like the mainstream media and say that, well, looks like that it's inevitable and Kilava's going to win. You just don't know that yet. It's so far in the battle, and you can't predict an election that's really hyper. Yes, this was a hyper election. You know, I've seen at the beginning where people, you know, I think people were saying that they like Hillary Clinton, and then, you know, and I said this before in my battle coverage, the media goes back and forth. They say, oh, Hillary Clinton looks like it's going to be a landslide. Then they say, okay, well, it looks like Trump's going to win. And then they say, no, it looks like Hillary's going to win. You don't know. And you have to be able to hold your horses and analyze it. If you want, I can send some YouTube videos of competitive commentators like myself talking about battles here. I mean, we're just casually waiting for a result. I don't say Kalava's gonna win. I don't say Bleeper Boy is gonna win. But you just don't know. That's the problem. On another front, though, Chansey's going to switch into Metagross, and Machamp is probably going to continually do Superpower and prove Fatal against Metagross. Okay, so... Alright, so who's going to be next? Probably Alakazam. Yep, Alakazam, I predicted it. So, Machamp is probably going to switch into the Tentacruel. Okay. Tentacruel, but there's the trick. Alright. Which means that now, Tentacruel now has a special choice band. This might be bad for Bleeper Boy because now he has to not Bleeper Boy. Well, actually, it is bad for him because now Alakazam is free to do whatever he wants, or whatever she wants. Sorry. Chansey's going to come in. I'm going to predict that Alakazam is probably going to either do Psychic or switch into something else. Oh. Alright. So Alakazam... Yep, Alakazam was going to switch into Chansey, and what is Bleeper going to do? Bleeper is going to just do Soft Boiled. Okay, so I'm going to predict that Venusaur can come in, and Venusaur can do what's called a Leech Seed, which means that Venusaur can take progressive damage. Okay, so now there's a problem for Kilava. He has to be able to predict the superpower. All right, and that's going to prove fatal. And now Kilava's putting a lot of hope in Alakazam. But I've seen where a guy like Kilava, in such a bad disadvantage, comes back from a wild battle. I don't know if this battle is going to be an example of that. But as it looks right now, Kilava's in a bit of some trouble. Okay, and you don't even know what this Pokemon has. All right, you don't even know what this Pokemon is. So there's a sense of unpredictability in the match that Bleeper Boy has. So, all right, so Jolteon is probably going to do HP Ice. Am I correct? No, Jolteon's going to switch into Alakazam, but Venusaur could do Sludge Bomb or Giga Drain. Wow. Just held on down to the wire. Alakazam is probably going to do Psychic, right? Psychic. Now, here's my prediction. I'm not going to be like the media here. I'm not going to just say, oh, well, so, you know, Kilava's going to win by a landslide. As you saw in the beginning of the battle, it looked like that Kilava was winning. But really, Bleeper Boy won. GG. And you can't just determine something right away. And for any journalists that are watching this, I would like to give you a message. If you're trying to determine results of a certain circumstance, don't just say, well, it's inevitable, it's impossible. You never know. And if Tentacruel had that, I'm sure that some competitive people would say, well, looks like Bleeper Boy would lose because he has a UU Pokemon in the battle. You can't say that. This is a good example of Bleeper Boy winning with a UU Pokemon in OU. So there you go. And with that being said, this is the Roy Rogers News Channel. Don't forget to comment or subscribe to my channel, like or dislike the content that you see here. And this is the Roy Rogers News Channel, signing off. Fast, accurate, unbiased Roy Rogers News.